What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at Ankr for you guys. I'm also going to be taking a look at NKN for you guys and OGN. Three of these coins I have not done an update on in quite some time, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to do a quick update on the current price action for these coins. If you're a fan of these coins, if you're a fan of cryptocurrency, and you are new to the channel, please come over here and smash that subscribe button for me. And if you could just destroy that like button for me just one time. I know you guys get tired of hearing that, but it really helps out, and it really helps out with the algorithm and gets these videos out to people. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Again, just one other thing, guys. Only about 19% of you that are watching are subscribed to the channel. The other 81% that are watching these videos are not subscribed. So guys, if you are watching these videos and you enjoy my content and you'd like to support the channel, just take a little bit of time to just hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and hit that like button for me. Alright, so enough jibber jabber, enough BS. Let's get into the price action, right? That's what you're here for. Let's jump into it. Alright, so I have Ankr here first on the 4-hour chart, guys. You can see that we had our nice little uptrend. We had this kind of bearish double top action happen. Now we're finding ourselves in this downtrend, right? We're in this nice downtrend over here. And if I zoom in just a little bit, you can see that we have formed a similar pattern as to many current cryptocurrencies currently. You know, Bitcoin is showing signs of this same pattern here, this almost asymmetrical triangle pattern here that is putting in higher lows but lower highs, right? So we're just kind of squeezing ourselves into this really tight-knit area of price action. Now, typically, in my experience, this means that we will see a nice breakout here soon. Possibly within the next 8 to 16 hours, we should see some kind of breakout here. Now, to determine whether or not we're going to go to the upside or not, really, it can depend on the moving averages. It can depend on our areas of resistance here. But what I want to pay attention to is this pattern, and we're going to do a measured move here. Okay, guys, so I have put in this measured move to the upside, okay? And then I will also show you what it would be like if we were to break to the downside. However, I kind of feel like we're going to break to the upside. Now, don't take my word for this. Keep in mind that this is not financial or investment advice. This is simply my opinion, guys. Do your own research. Invest at your own risk, always. But this measured move to the upside, if we were to break out here along this potential area here, that would get us up here to this purple box I have in here. You can see this purple box over here. That is between 15 and 16 cents. That makes sense because of this previous price action. If I could show you that to you real quick. If you look back here, you see I have this green trend line in here at 15 cents. You can see that. And that is basically our previous levels of support. And we also caught just a little bit of resistance on that here and kind of knocked us down. So this measured move to the upside would make sense if we come up here and test these areas. We would test these areas for possible resistance. And if we were to get a break of those, that would be a pretty strong breakout because it was some pretty serious resistance in the past, or support in the past. So likely, you know, it's a bearish sign when you retest previous support and catch resistance. But if you retest previous support and you break above it, that is a very bullish sign. So to the upside, guys, it's looking around 15 to 16 cents. We're currently trading here around 10 cents for Ankr. So that is my price target there, guys, for the upside for Ankr. Now, if we want to figure out the downside, guys, all we do is drag our measured move down to a possible breakout point, say about right there, and it is looking like about 5 cents, right? If we were to break to the downside, guys, about 5 cents. However, considering that we are finding some support here, you can see that this previous price action before we broke to the upside, you can see that we found support on that area here. I have that trend line drawn in there in green. That is right there at 8 cents. So we have found that bounce there and that support at 8 cents, and we stair-stepped our way up to this next trend line, this red trend line, and then we actually caught some support on it here as well. If I zoom in on that, you can really see that, guys. So let's zoom in on that. But you can really see how well these areas are playing as support. We're, you know, stair-stepping our way up here. So, guys, I believe, in my opinion, that we could possibly break to the upside. Now, we might come on down here in the immediate short term catch another bounce on the bottom of this pattern, and then lift off to the upside right, and then stair step our way up. So that is something to pay attention to there for Ankr. Before I finish up with Ankr, I do want to take it over to the daily chart just to get an idea of where we're at on the daily. Okay guys, so on the daily chart, all I really wanted to do was come over here to my EMAs and change this one to the 200-day moving average here, and just see where we're at with it. Okay, so you can see in blue here the 200-day moving average, and you can see what happened. Okay, the 200-day moving average here for Ankr, we did come down very nicely here and catch support on the 200-day moving average. That is a good sign. That is a good sign. As long as we hold above the 200-day moving average, and also guys, yeah, as long as we hold above the 200-day moving average, we should continue here to the upside. We do not want to see a break below the 200-day moving average. So what I'm going to do is put this back in and switch it back to the 8. But I did want to show you guys that we are above the 200-day moving average. Trading above it is always a good sign here. And also another thing, guys, if you look over here, the 8, let's see, I believe it's the 8. Yes, the 8 is trying to cross the 20 EMA here. We are trying to cross here. Now, if this can hold us up here, you can see this blue one, in blue there. Potentially, if that could hold us up, if we could see this candle here kind of get a little push back up to the upside here before it closes here, which we have 11 hours, right? You can see that over here. We have 11 hours until this candle closes, guys. So this could go either way. But what I would like to see for Ankr is I'd like to see this candle kind of push up a little bit more, maybe close somewhere up here maybe. That would be a very good sign. It would get us up above this EMA. And anytime we can get above that EMA, that would be a good thing. You can see that in blue, the exponential moving average that I have here in blue, you can see that it carries us to the upside here. You can see in the previous price action how it carried us to the upside. So as long as we can hold above it, and we can have similar EMA patterns as this, where we have the blue, the red, and the green here, which is the 8, the 55, and the 20. And you can see that if we can hold that pattern with the EMAs, that we should see a nice bounce here and a continuation and a breakout to the upside here. Now, we also have this downtrend to keep in mind for Ankr, guys. We do have this downtrend that is pretty serious here. You know, we have to get above that as well. That's just something to keep in mind for Ankr. And now I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to NKN for you guys. All right, so over here on NKN, let me drop it down to the 4-hour real quick. Guys, not a lot going on here for NKN. We are kind of trading out sideways some. I know a lot of you probably disappointed just a little bit in NKN, especially if you bought up high. But guys, I do believe that NKN is in a current state of price action that would be ideal for a reversal to the upside. Okay, you can see that we've had our wonderful retrace, right? We've had a beautiful retrace here, and we are trying to find a bottom down here. I believe we're trying to find a bottom down here near 30 cents. Okay, and that would make sense because of the previous price action. You can see down here real close to 30 cents. We had some resistance there, and then we broke out right to the upside. So it would make sense if we kind of try to find a bottom here around this area. You can see that we actually came down perfectly here. Let's see, that's about 18 to 19 cents. Excuse me, about 18 to 19 cents lines you up perfectly with this previous price action. And we did catch a decent little bounce on that. So in my opinion, that is a decent sign here for NKN, or a new kind of network. Now, however, you know, we do have some resistance to pay attention to and to get above. Okay, so we're basically in this this downtrend, right? We're in this downtrend here, and we also have resistance here. You can see how well it played out. Here was support, and now currently we've retested previous support and caught resistance on it. So we absolutely need to get above this yellow line, this thick yellow line. That is right there at about 45 cents, guys. 45 to 50 cents. We must break above 45 to 50 cents. And if we do that, that would also likely get us a break of this downtrend, right? That would also likely get us a break of that. Possibly to come up here and get a, you know, see some resistance here near 60 cents and then possibly bounce off 50. That would be a good move for NKN here, just to speculate just a little bit here. Now, however, we are coming up here on the 55 EMA here, and you can see how well that it has played as resistance in the past. It's kind of helped hold us down. Until we can get above that, really, you're not going to continue to the upside much, right? You can see how we've broken above it a few times here, and then got knocked back down by our resistance, back down below it, then we caught more resistance. Now we're kind of coming up to that now once again. Now, the only good thing I do see here, though, is the fact that the, let's see, the 8 is crossing the 20, right? The 8 is crossing the 20 here. You can see that when the 8 crossed the 20 here in the blue and the green, you can see back here when we crossed, we had a nice move to the upside, right? Nice move to the upside there. And, you know, you can see over here that it has crossed. Not a very strong cross there, but it has crossed. So what I want to see next is I want to see this moving average, this exponential moving average, hold support, right? We want to hold that support, and then we want to break above this. We want to break above the 55 EMA. Once it comes over here, we don't want to get knocked down by it, because if we do, likely we'll just come on back down to the downside, retest previous areas of support. Sorry about the squiggly lines, but guys, what we want to see is we want to see this hold support like it did here, right? You can see that once we cross back here, you can see how well, once we crossed here, you can see how well it held support and carried us to the upside, right? And then also, oops, sorry guys, I'm back. Also, you know, you can see up here that once we got above it, you know, had we stayed above it, you know, had we stayed above the 55 EMA there and not got rejected by this thick yellow trend line, had we stayed above this, we could have possibly broken out to the upside. You can see that once the 8 crosses the 55 here, you can see back here in the previous price action, you can see that once it crossed here, you can see what happened. Boom, boom, boom. We took off, right? We took off. So that's what we want to see. And guys, if you aren't familiar with moving averages or exponential moving averages, basically what we want to see happen here is we want to see this blue line come up here, and we want to see it cross this red line, okay? And then we want to see the price action hold support on that blue line, okay? And that would definitely carry us up to the upside to retest our resistance near 45 cents and possibly to retest our downtrend here for NKN. So that is what I want to see here within the next 8 to 16 hours. I want to see us hold support here on the blue line, which is the 8, and then I want to see us cross the 55, which is the red there. So that's what I'm looking for NKN, guys. Not a whole lot. Like I said, it's just trading out sideways. We want to hold this support near 30 cents as well. We do not want to break below that, guys. If we come up and get knocked down by the 55 EMA, I would like to see us come down and at least hold this support at 30 cents, right? You don't want to break below that. If you zoom out here, you can see that you've already tested previous price action here also for NKN. You can see right here where we wick down to right there. That is actually lines you up perfectly with this previous price action. So I believe that the bottom, in my opinion, guys, not financial advice, I believe the bottom for a lot of these coins is starting to play out, okay? It would make absolute sense for this to be the bottom simply because you bounced so hard right here on your previous price action, which was resistance right before you broke out and went parabolic to the upside. So it would make sense for this to be the bottom, guys. So just something to pay attention to here for NKN. Keep in mind, like I said, we could come up, get rejected, and we could fall down. But I'm kind of expecting a slight move to the upside here. Don't shoot the messenger if everything comes crashing down. You've heard me say it before. So, but anyways, guys, that's my take on NKN. So next, I'm going to take a look at OGN for you guys. All right, so for OGN or Origin Protocol, guys, kind of the similar thing happening here, okay? You know, we've been in these falling channels. However, if I zoom in here on the 4 hour, guys, you can see that we have broken above this resistance. We've broken above this downtrend here pretty nicely too. You know, we've had this nice downtrend. We broke above it, and then we caught support on it. So that is typically a very good sign here. You know, if I really zoom in on this, you can really tell. Let me zoom in on it just a little bit more so you guys can really see this and how well that we're holding here. Okay, so you can see previous resistance, right? and then we broke out of it here, caught some resistance here at $1.40, and then we dropped low and caught support on our previous resistance and got a bounce. That is always typically a very good sign in my opinion. And also another very good sign, guys, as I mentioned previously, you do have these moving averages trying to cross. You actually have the 8 trying to cross the 55 here. And if you look right here, you can see where the 8 crossed the 20. That's typically a good sign. Usually you see this in blue. If that can hold support, guys, and carry us, we could absolutely see OGN continue to the upside. However, if we come up here and we get rejected, you can see how well up here right near $1.20, I'd say about $1.19, looks like, is giving us some slight resistance there and kind of wicking us back down. And you can see here on this 4-hour candle how we're trying to come to the downside. So guys, we want to see this hold. And you can see that we are currently trying to hold pretty nicely here on this exponential moving average. You can see that. Now, we are trying to get across here. We're trying to get the 8 to cross the 55. And if that can happen, guys, if we can hold this, if this 55 EMA here can come over here and we can get a nice cross here, that would be a good sign, guys. Typically, this would continue carrying us to the upside. If I zoom out, you can see this previously in price action, right? You can see that back here. Let me just zoom in on this price action back here to give you an example real quick. So you can see back here, guys, we had a cross here. And what did we do? It carried us to the upside. And then what did we do once we crossed the 55? Guys, once we crossed the 55 here, what did we do? We took off. We went parabolic, right? You can see that. And also, guys, just another thing to look out for when you're paying attention to your moving averages. You can see that right here where this where the 55 crossed the 8, here you can see that we started going to the downside, right? You can see that here. And also likely, yeah, here. You can see that here as well. So let me see here. Yeah, when it crossed here, we also started to go to the downside when it crossed there. So just something to pay attention to when you're paying attention to moving averages. But likely, guys, this is actually looking decent here. You know, anytime you break above previous resistance here, sorry guys if I'm so close to the camera, I'm looking really close here. So, you know, usually, typically, if you, you know, you break your previous resistance and you find support on it like this, this is typically a good sign you're going to continue to the upside. So that's really all I've got for OGN, guys. We just want to see these moving averages hold and carry us on up to the upside. Looks like here near $1.20 there's resistance as well. Like I said, they're near $1.19, $1.20. So we do want to get above that, guys. So keep in mind that price area as well. If you're a fan of OGN, if you're invested, guys, just be cautious right now. These moves can be a little misleading at times, in my opinion, because, you know, we have retraced so much that we have a ton of resistance to break through. So even when we get these pumps, like you can see like this one, right? You can see, you know, I'm sure people were like, you know, oh yes, we're pumping, we're breaking resistance, but then what did we do? We caught more resistance, right? And we fell back to the downside. So don't get too excited if you see your coins start to pump a little bit. Keep your eyes on previous support, because that could turn resistance as you move to the upside. Something to pay attention to, guys. And as always, guys, if you are new to the channel and you watched the video all the way through, congratulations. You made it through an almost 20-minute video. But if you are new and you enjoyed the content, you enjoyed my technical analysis, check out my other videos, guys. You might enjoy those as well. Lots of price coverage on lots of different coins, guys. And also, hit that subscribe button if you're new and smash that like button for the algorithm for me. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.